Yeah, I mean, it's all on the line here. All of these players have got to go and win. I know Firstkiller came through in the upper bracket, but for everyone, it's win or lose. But if you lose, you are completely out. If you win, you're through to the grand finals. And a quick reminder, all of these are still best of 7 for the rest of the night.
Yep.
And it's the first of our 2 semi-finals. So they're both in the server. We haven't got to wait for anybody. There's no Twitch rivals going on for these players. It is all about this. Let's see who's moving on.
A good start for Diaz. First kickoff goes his way. And he does go straight to the air. Interesting that Diaz has switched to the Octane here. He did play the Fennec for the entire series before. The Firstkiller has shut him down on his first defensive stop and easily converts the counter attack.
Yeah, I don't want Diaz in this Octane. This doesn't look right to me. But we'll see if he can make this work.
I think he's made it work. He's definitely had peaks in both cards, but we'll see. It's interesting to me that he played so well against BeastMode, and then he switched to Octane for Firstkiller. It must be specifically for this matchup. He wants to try and play as fast as possible and not rely on the control Fennec brings. Firstkiller won't mind that. He likes to play quickly. He's always down for that sort of matchup where both players just go all guns blazing at each other.
Well, Diaz is going to go from the floor. He didn't find a tremendous amount of success, actually. This was where BeastMode could get some challenges on him in the last game, and Diaz realized that Firstkiller probably in the right spot. Tries to fake out the first jump, gets the 100. Diaz dives in and gets a good challenge. Not going to be able to go coast to coast with this, not with the boost that he's got. Now maybe something can get set up. That 100, very nicely timed.
Oh!
And he just goes right underneath Firstkiller.
Very interesting by Diaz early on. Going for the mind game. Firstkiller, obviously expecting a top shelf shot. Went a bit too high with his save attempt. That is not usually the first thing that Diaz will go for. Not early in a series, so mind games usually come later. He usually starts off with top shelf, flip reset on your head. But it's mind games and now bumps for Diaz that are doing work.
Yeah, the blender has started up already. You said it in the last series, Johnny, he doesn't go for anything twice. Well, there you go. He's got 2 different ones. Now he's faked you on one. He's got the bump on another. Now Firstkiller's going to start thinking about this. And the more and more he thinks about it, the better Diaz is going to play. Another good kickoff, but Firstkiller has a huge amount of priority on the recovery. He's all the way back. He's already got the 100 boost before Diaz can even take the shot.
Yeah, it's great stuff there. You're going to need to see more of that in this matchup today. Diaz testing him with the aerial defense again. Goes very high with the last touch, but he won't mind the continuation because he does still have control. He knew Firstkiller was challenging, had to get that up and over him. Now here comes the follow-up shot. Diaz, air dribbling standard again. And Firstkiller has easily stopped it again and top shelves the open net across the map.
Yeah, but that was the play Firstkiller was expecting on the first goal. Now that he's actually got what he was expecting, blasts it into the top. So 2 each. I think Diaz has kind of got what he wanted out of this opening 2 minutes, but he's not pulled away. Now the kickoff as well. Let's see what he can put together. Firstkiller, again, early, gets to him.
Yeah, he's closing the gap really quickly. Firstkiller able to cross no man's land mid-air and challenge Diaz multiple times. Diaz is really focused on getting those air dribbles over the top of Firstkiller. Notice how quickly he is air dribbling. In game 1, he knows Firstkiller's style defensively against him is to just go fast. And he's trying to counter that, but it's not easy. Firstkiller is so fast that even players who know what he's going to do still struggle against him. Oh, he switched it up beautifully here. No pre-jump in defense for Firstkiller in this play. Diaz has just shot it right by him.
Yeah, well, Firstkiller thought he had the read on this one. As you can see, he's jumped and, oh, wait a minute, that's not the play that's actually happening. So 3-2. We did see one thing, though, from Firstkiller there, where the attempt from Diaz to roll it up his backboard to go for that air dribble, Firstkiller just played behind him and came from the blind spot for the challenge. How often he'll be able to do that and be in a position to do that will be up for consideration. As wow, Diaz that's just blitzing fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's just dusted Firstkiller, so adding himself to a very short list of players worldwide who have ever managed to do that. Firstkiller did not think Diaz was going to dive in from that angle. Diaz did so well also to not get you know, too much of the poster or crossbar involved. Just enough to keep the ball in the area. One save by Firstkiller as well, as he stops Diaz from scoring a 5th goal.
That's all the momentum against him as well. He's got to jump completely still.
Oh, he tried to force an own goal. Cheeky by Diaz.
Diaz now up. Reset gained early. Firstkiller fakes that he was going to go for the early challenge. Tried to bank some of those earlier plays for himself. And he's still got there. Firstkiller's defense is unbelievable.
This is the type of defense that demoralized Chronic yesterday. Diaz continues attacking though. He is not slowing down. And he is coming with a great game plan today against Firstkiller. Firstkiller's tried to counter him. He's tried to surprise Diaz with challenges and then score at the other end before Diaz can recover. Diaz is just dialing back the aggression a little bit. He's not going all in and falling for Firstkiller's traps.
Yeah, this is what Diaz did against BeastMode not too long ago. Just waited for BeastMode to make the first move. Now Diaz jumps very early. He's all committed. Firstkiller. Can he keep that going? Oh my goodness. Diaz just palms it out of the net.
That is a great save by Diaz. Up there with the best we've seen from Firstkiller this game. Diaz trying to get another goal on the transition. It is saved by Firstkiller, but time's running out for him as Diaz dribbles the ball back to his wall. And you know what that means. The air dribble is coming. Firstkiller is trying to distract him, and he has done. Diaz grounds the air dribble and goes from the ground bounce instead. Still quite successful though. In fact, very much so, as he goes ahead 6-2 and Firstkiller forfeit.
I mean, that's demoralizing, I feel like, for me, just watching that, because we finally got something. We've been saying for so long, you've got to do something to make Diaz do something different. Diaz did something different, and he still scored.
Yeah, he's clearly come in with a game plan here that's worked really well in game one. Firstkiller, I imagine in the past, has countered Diaz usual more. He's not methodical. He's just extremely precise. He's quick but precise. Not so much in this matchup. He's come into this game, switches to the Octane, and just tries to go for more consistent heavy touches on his air dribbles. 1, 2, 3 touches with max power to get the ball as high as possible, as quickly as possible. No doubt he knows that Firstkiller is going to try and defend proactively. That's why he's doing this.
Yeah, for Firstkiller, though, that defense was still very, very good throughout this game. There was just too much of it. Yeah. Especially when you're down by 2. That's where Firstkiller was doing his absolute best saves. But he needs that ball somewhere else. But Diaz's decision-making, I mean, we see how this guy was, even a year ago when he got 4-0'd by Wahvey, where these plays were all in. If he scored, he scored. If he didn't, he was getting countered. Yeah. That's what it was. There's just something different about it now. There's that, I'm not going to say next gear. He actually takes it down a gear. So, okay, you're going to keep going at me. I'm going to slow this up. Now, you're the one that's out of position, and I can just take myself an easy goal. He's got different levels now.
He's just gained a lot of experience since a year ago, and obviously playing a year of RLCS will help with that. Playing a bunch more 1v1 tournaments will help with that. We've got to remind ourselves that coming into Salt Mine 3, Diaz wasn't a known entity in the top tier of the ones world. We didn't know that he was just going to come in and be world class. From qualifying, by the way. He didn't get invited, he was qualified and he was world class immediately. He's pretty much only been at that level for a year. Still very new, but he's learning so fast, and I think that's part of his game that's improved the most, is knowing when not to go too far with his aggression, knowing when to dial it back and play for the consistent offensive pressure.
Oh,
that's
again.
a phenomenal challenge by Diaz. Firstkiller didn't play that too badly, but Diaz crushed him all the same.
Yeah, he really wanted Diaz to sort of play the flip reset, maybe play that one a little bit higher so we could go through the low challenge. But Diaz just read him perfectly, realized that that wasn't going to be the case. So 1 each. Firstkiller is just not far away from getting this to work. But it needs to start working soon. Otherwise, he is going to have quite the deficit to get through in this series. Goes to that ceiling yet again, realized the shot wasn't on, so bails out. Didn't get the 100 boost. Diaz has it. And now he got to get there, and he has done so.
Yeah, Firstkiller was worried there about getting demoed if he stole the boost away. In the next defensive play, he's not able to get a good touch on the ball. I mean, he hit that hard, but that just means it comes back middle even faster. You didn't catch any curved surface. If that curved up, or if it bounced down the line, that would have been fine, but he's just slapped the sidewall, getting a bit too much power in his interception.
Firstkiller. It's a decent amount of pace actually from that wave dash. Fall inwards onto the hood of the car. Diaz fakes challenge, but he couldn't get to it.
Yeah, worried about the bump. Diaz kind of panicked here. Firstkiller was tracking him after flicking overhead. It looks like Diaz actually tried to fake a fake challenge there, in fact, because he held power slide while turning. There's no reason to do that if you're actually trying to turn. You don't hold power slide for your full turn, just a little bit of it. So if he's held power slide the entire duration of a turn, I would guess that's not a mechanical mistake. He's probably tried a power slide challenge, which is where you fake a fake challenge and then just challenge in reverse. Very high level stuff. Didn't work out because Firstkiller just shot first time.
Now Firstkiller strapped the wall. Does Diaz turn? Yes, he does. Pops the ball up, 14 boost. 100 doesn't turn up for him either, so Firstkiller's got some time to work with, and he's actually got a decent gap, goes for a low challenge. I don't think I've seen Firstkiller really pull the trigger on one of those shots from the ground just yet.
Oh, back wall demo is threatened there by Diaz. Firstkiller saw it coming. That was a dangerous position for FK in defense. Now he's got a chance to take a lead. Oh, he got Diaz in real trouble there. Diaz able to make the save, but that was not comfortable. Firstkiller trying to outmaneuver Diaz in his own back corner, but it looks like Diaz has escaped this one, escaped the demo. Does get bumped, but it's not too bad. In fact, off the back of this, Diaz will have control.
Firstkiller had time to go and pick up 100. Trying to show different looks. Maybe he's going off the backboard. Maybe he's going to dive in. Saw the attempted demo coming. Neither of these players want to give up any space. As Firstkiller does prioritize that 100. Diaz dropped the ball. Had to just settle down for the low 50. The ball is popped up, and Diaz will happily see that. Goes for the shot. It was a mistake from Firstkiller. He invited Diaz.
No doubt. I mean, again, Firstkiller's just got a bit too much power on his touch. This happened earlier on in the game where he hit the sidewall too hard. Now he's hit the ceiling. If Firstkiller just gets that ball to lob nicely near the ceiling, it's much more awkward for Diaz to play. He has to wait longer. Firstkiller has more time to reposition. There's not as much power on the ball, so Diaz will have to create it himself. But Firstkiller has scored the exact same kickoff goal. Evoh got a bunch against Diaz. We didn't see BeastMode figure out this part of the Diaz puzzle. Firstkiller's done it in game 2.
Diaz on those diagonal kickoffs is always coming in with a decent amount of angle on the ball. So that is a way to just crush through. That one was significantly more central there from Firstkiller. Diaz is going to be able to follow. Takes it low. Doesn't take it at all. The ball's going to do the work for him.
Oh, Diaz realized that it was bouncing really nicely here. Just got as close to the ball as he could while faking it. Firstkiller thought that Diaz was going to try and wave dash that on target, as he often does, but he just lets it bounce over Firstkiller's head for 3.
So much confidence. The Firstkiller, another kickoff goal.
Yeah, there are openings with Diaz kickoff. Firstkiller finding them consistently. We saw Evoh do this yesterday as well. If you're BeastMode watching this, you'll probably be thinking, there it is. That's the solution. Diaz was giving him real trouble towards the end of their matchup that they just played. And Diaz, he likes, like you mentioned in the last series we casted, he likes to push it to the outside and air dribble off the wall. That's his entire idea of the kickoff. Goes right through Firstkiller here with a 50. Oh, Firstkiller tried to flip reset. Maybe a bit too technical there, not enough of a hitbox behind the ball.
So Diaz, 1 goal up, 2 minutes left here. He's going to be able to have the pop. Diaz went immediately. No hesitation whatsoever, and Firstkiller kind of caught out by that. Does take the first time shot. Diaz should get back in time. He will do so, but it's not comfortable. Used the in and out to keep the momentum going. Now he actually did have a shot available, but he didn't want to just allow Firstkiller an opportunity.
Oh, wow.
But as he overcommitted, he's overextended.
Of course, it's just a perfect top corner shot from this position of all places. Firstkiller on the turn absolutely rips it. I don't know how he's so consistent with this. He just absolutely nails it every time with the power shots.
Just don't give this man the half volley. It's too good. He's got another kickoff the exact same way. Diaz got the recovery, and he's actually quicker of the 2.
What a save by Diaz. Landed buttery smooth as well to get the counter-attack. Well, that's one way to stop that kickoff goal from going in your net. Just get back and make a save from an impossible position.
Call the ambulance, but not for me. Diaz picks up 12. He's going to prioritize the 100. His Firstkiller turns as quickly as he possibly can. Can he get the 100 on the far side? No, he tried to bait that one in. Let's take the shot. Diaz lets it bounce. Oh, he's got first! Has he caught Firstkiller out? Psycho attempted, he's missed it, but that does ward Diaz away.
I love that effort there by Diaz. Now he's accidentally spun into reverse and scores. You are joking. Diaz with the early shots catching Firstkiller off guard. And that has to have confused Firstkiller. Listen, if Diaz did that on purpose, that is probably the smartest play we've ever witnessed. But more than likely, it was a mistake to wave dash in a circle.
I don't think the 180 wave dash is there.
But I mean, he adapted so well. We saw him do this against BeastMode as well. He missed a flick, immediately adapted into scoring. Misses a wave dash there, straight away scores in reverse. I mean, Firstkiller didn't see it coming, but can you blame him?
The thing is as well, like we talked earlier about like that skill ceiling of Rocket League. Now we know there is some sort of mechanic you can do there for a wave dash 180.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what's consistent about it.
I do that all the time actually, but I don't need to. I mean, I just mess up my wave dash and land backwards. It's you've got to have a slight angle so you're not landed completely flat. You need to get one of your wheels to be unstable.
One wheel, yeah.
You need to not hold power slide as well. If you don't hold power slide, then you're gonna spin around like that. If you hold power slide, you kind of just slide forward. So, oh wow, next call.
Yeah, it's about time.
At 8-5. No, man, we're not seeing any like small investments. It is probably over, but I mean, for me personally, I'd probably invest just like a few more seconds just to find out if you can get a kickoff goal. You've got 2 kickoff goals this game already. Surely you can get another one.
I might be plagued by the last one that we saw, which was, 2 goals. So I'm looking at 3 goals. I'm thinking, yeah, you know what? That's fine. You can get away with that one.
See, the thing is, though, like, if you can get, here's my case for playing this on. This is, totally acceptable to forfeit this. You're losing 99.9% of the time. But it's such a small time. You've played this in, like, think about how long you've played in this tournament already. Think about all the time that you've invested. All you need to do is wait another 10 seconds to find out if it's winnable or not. Really, to find out if it's 0%, It's not 0% winnable yet. It's still like 0.1%. And the investment to find out if it's 0 is so small, I feel like it's always worth it. Imagine you win from there.
That's a stat that I want at some point. I want to see goals required per second and who lost from that position.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, genuinely though, 3 goals in 12 seconds. You guys want to know how to do it? Well, you first of all hope that the kickoff is a diagonal spawn. Maybe Firstkiller knew it wasn't because they are in the same order every time. But if it's a diagonal spawn, you try and score directly off the inside wall against Diaz. That is particularly, probable because multiple players have done that to him in this tournament. And then after that, you probably go for a delayed kickoff or something. You try and get 2 goals immediately. And then at that point, you just have to get the ball in the air. It's easier said than done. But there is a game plan to make it happen, which would put you into the books of legends for Rocket League comebacks. And how cool would that be? Oh, nice save there by Diaz. Firstkiller is in the Octane here. Interesting to see him switching up. He can't be feeling too comfortable. Oh, he won't be too comfortable about this either. Diaz 1-0.
It looked like Firstkiller had that covered. I was sat on his POV this entire time. He looks comfortable. And he just got dunked on straight up. That's the top of his head. Bounces in behind him. Diaz 1-0, 2-0 in the entire series. Firstkiller getting the better. The more angle on this kickoff, the better it's going for him. It's those straight down the middle kickoffs that Firstkiller's not quite got figured out.
This is kind of insane to see the improvement from Diaz one day to another. He makes it 2-0. Flip reset. Dunk. Firstkiller had absolutely no chance. Looking to get that ball back corner, but it's gone bottom corner of the net.
Yeah, Diaz just makes these improvements as the series goes through.
Oh no, Firstkiller's fallen over.
Oh dear.
He's fallen over. He's tripped up.
That's the beast mode.
Yeah. A little bit of rust from Firstkiller here, but no, oh no. It's the double failed wave dash. He obviously had to go really fast here, so you can't really blame him for rushing. But yeah, he didn't get the wave dash recovery correctly, wobbled on the landing, and then messed up his second attempt as well. It's all going wrong for FK Game 3. And he's hit the crossbar. Yeah, who is this guy? What he's done with Firstkiller?
Oh dear.
What has he done with the real FK? Missed the boost on the exit as well. I mean, he's getting all the outplays, or the misplays, I should say, out of his system. Got them all out of the system in the first minute.
has got that reset.
Oh
Diaz,
my
the
goodness.
pre-jump. And he gets there. And he's got possession. If he scores off this one, oh my god, yeah, Firstkiller had to save that.
I thought he
the
was
tilt
just
would have
gonna-
been immeasurable.
Imagine if he just air dribble bumped him right there. I think Firstkiller forfeits on the spot, given like how badly this game's gone. An air dribble dunk does the trick. 4-0. Diaz, just like Daniel before, is on an absolute killing spree in Salt Mine.
It's so difficult to stop. And, I mean, Firstkiller, he's just running out of time. He's already lost the first 2 games. He's got to try and find a way into this one. That bounces in a way that he can at least try and play it, but Diaz will just steal away that 100, play that to his back corner. He's got options. Chooses to turn in because he saw Firstkiller needing that boost, so you might as well keep the pressure on. How has Firstkiller kept that out? The precision is back.
That's unbelievable by Firstkiller. How did he save that? Diaz turned early with the air dribble. And this air dribble early did make sense because he denied the back corner boost from FK, but now FK can get his first goal of the game. Grind shot, top corner, saved by Diaz, crossbar pinch. No boost left though. And Firstkiller does open his catalog for this game.
Yeah, I think this is the perfect start of gameplay as well. For the way that this game was going for Firstkiller, you don't need anything overly technical. Just keep taking shots, wait for a position where Diaz now, you know 100%, is at a massive disadvantage. And now we've got another kickoff.
Okay.
And just like that, Firstkiller is right back in this.
That's a great shot. Diaz in the area. Firstkiller just goes straight for the top corner. Diaz is trying to fake Firstkiller off this, trying to say, hey, look, I'm next to the ball. I'm going to jump. I'm definitely going to jump. I promise. Firstkiller calls his bluff.
Plays it behind him as well, so gonna have time to get that boost back. Diaz on the other hand. Over. He's trying to fake up, maybe go for a ceiling pinch. Instead, he's got the reset from the ceiling. You can early challenge, you can not challenge. It's all the same to Diaz. He's scoring.
I mean, he's just got perfect control. I don't think I've seen a ceiling pinch rebound executed that cautiously before. Just the smallest little brush of a touch to the backboard. And the easiest follow-up of the day for Diaz. 5-2. Firstkiller still in big trouble here. Oh, what a play though. That is a brilliant outplay by Firstkiller. No boost, no issues getting the outplay on Diaz.
He had 112. That's all he got throughout this entire play. And that first hit touch was just brilliant. Right where Diaz didn't want to see it whatsoever.
And by 112, you mean he had 112 pad, not 112 boost. Our audio listeners, don't panic. Firstkiller is not hacking.
I would love to see a higher boost tournament, but the way that these guys control their boost, it's more or less there.
Yeah, that would be an interesting way to change the boost in the game.
Do you think that makes Diaz better or worse? Because I feel like Diaz's boost control is ridiculous. He seems to invest so little for what he gets.
I really don't know. I don't think he needs more boost. He's fine. He looks like he's playing with 200 boosts already, but yeah, I would like to see that. What happens if we increase the maximum boost you can hold on to 150? What changes does that make to the game? I like that as a boost change compared to changing the amount of boost pads on the pitch or changing the amount of boost that pads give you. I think that would be a cool adjustment.
No, I like the 12s being 12s. Like, they are very well spaced out as well, because you can pick up a decent amount on the way back. That's, oh my goodness,
wow,
look at a perfect setup.
5-5, Firstkiller does not tilt out of the game. He would have been well within his right to just tilt off the face of the earth. Early forfeit this one. But he locks in and ties the game.
He just set for that so quickly. He's doing a brilliant job of, like, also almost forcing Diaz's car into situations. Not going for the outplay. It's just, you have to do this, and I know how the response is supposed to be. Oh, he is very low on boost in this situation. Firstkiller's got away with a couple of these. Can he get one more? No, Diaz is going to continue to play. Got that starve going on. Firstkiller can pick up a couple of 12s. He's up to a decent 24, but the air dribble bump is threatened.
Wow.
And the threat was enough.
That is just so difficult to defend. Not just any air dribble bump, but it's a slow air dribble bump. Firstkiller trying to wait for Diaz to fly over him. Diaz gets one extra touch on the ball and then just sits on his head. Back in the lead. The Brazilian looking to go up by 3.
That's the difference between the way that you see most air dribble bumps, where it's almost like a missile. As long if you can avoid it, you can get something on the ball. But Diaz is just a wall. He's just sitting in front of the ball, T-posing. I dare you. Go on. At any moment you feel like it, you will get bumped, and this ball is going to go in. He's got that lead back. Well, Firstkiller right back. Releases best. Oh, he's gone for another one!
Wow. Such good shot selection by Diaz. The timing on these air dribble bumps is brilliant. He knows Firstkiller's boost armed. He knows Firstkiller's full shadowing. He's got nowhere to go. No momentum to throw an in and out save attempt. No momentum to build up some speed on the turn. When he goes for these, it makes sense. If you guys remember Saltmine 3, I was very critical of Diaz not air dribble bumping. He has really become a deadly air dribble bump player in the past year.
He's at least got one back for Firstkiller. Yeah, like they were non-existent a year ago. It was very strange, actually. It was almost like a rule of honor where I will not make contact with my opponent. I will only hit the ball. Violence is not in my system.
He was all about the outplays, but he's learned to get physical. And now he's going for the big win on the kickoff inside wall. Good recovery by Firstkiller. Still plenty time to fashion another comeback. That's not how you're going to do it, though. One of his worst flicks of the entire day, and Diaz has possession.
Oh, again, Firstkiller reinvests on that early challenge. Pops the ball up from the pre-flip. That's a really nice spot. But
Wow.
Diaz got collided into, and it works out beautifully for him.
Oh, my.
He just controls all of it. That's so unfortunate for Firstkiller.
Yeah, that is just so unlucky for Firstkiller. He got the ball past Diaz, and then he accidentally bumped Diaz into a recovery. And not just any recovery, into free possession and 100 boost. I mean, that is one of the most unlucky bumps as a result of successfully outplaying your opponent. But it looks like the Rocket League gods agree with us here, because they've given Firstkiller a kickoff goal.
Bounced up, and that's a different one. Diaz has not been conceding from those types of kickoffs. It's usually when the ball gets a little bit more wild. So, 1 goal, 14 seconds. There won't be any arguments about FF this time, because Firstkiller is going to go for it. And he's got possession. Diaz has to retreat all the way back. What can Firstkiller do with this? He's trying to scout. Where's Diaz's scout? Air dribble bump!
Oh!
Diaz! He's like, I taught you this! I know how to do that play! I caught you with this twice!
He tried to get his revenge, but Diaz is too slippery. He's got evasion maxed out and dodges the last second air dribble bump to take a 3-game lead. I mean, it seems scripted at this point that we're going to have North America against South America with Diaz in the final. Firstkiller needs a reverse sweep. Full credit to him for sticking in this game. Down 2 games, and then I think it was 4-0 as well. Nobody would have complained if he just went all in every single play and just lost this game in a landslide. But he fought back. He just kept on trying his hardest and couldn't get the job done. But I think even his doubters and even his haters will respect him more for trying. This is an incredible opponent he's up against.
I mean, Diaz has not run away with too many games today, but he's getting the wins. When it comes to the clutch moment, that last minute, he gets it right.
He does, yeah. He really does get it right. Oh, so often. And that's part of what makes him a dangerous player these days.
I think we've lost Diaz again. Where is he?
I think he's in here. Well, he's in the lobby, but he's just not joining. But yeah, Diaz, he is the real deal now. He is the full package. He is everything a one's player wants to be, needs to be.
I mean, again, I keep referencing Saltmine 2, but he got top 4 in... this is going to sound so harsh, but I think it's true. He was a one-trick pony last year, and he still got top 4.
It's a pretty good trick, though.
It's a very good trick. It's one of the best tricks.
Yeah, pretty good.
He's got so much more now. He's a magician with all the cards.
Yeah, Diaz last year, I mean, he came in and his trick was, I can air dribble the ball farther than everyone else. And the entire scene panicked and said, oh no, that's not good for the rest of us. But like you said, he's an extremely well-rounded player now, so Firstkiller doesn't have an opening to exploit. It's not like he can try to make 1 or 2 adjustments and put Diaz out of his comfort zone. What does that even look like right now? Evoh was able to beat Diaz yesterday, and it was a stunning win. But you do wonder if Diaz peaks with his aerial game, will that work? Will backing off to defend actually work? That's what Evoh did, and he did well enough to make Diaz doubt his offense. Today, he does not look like he's in a mood for doubting himself.
Yeah, Yeah, it's the worst possible start here for Firstkiller. Trying to at least bump Diaz away, but we've already seen numerous times Diaz's ability to recover from bumps and demo attempts are second to none. You try to dive, it's not working either. Firstkiller's attempting things, but it just won't work.
I mean, he knows at this point. He knows Firstkiller's getting a bit desperate. And he's got his eye on him every single play. These early challenges are going to be very difficult to get to land. Even game one, we were complimenting Firstkiller for successfully crossing no man's land and surprising Diaz. But now it's just not happening for him. And Diaz is starting to win so many kickoffs. 4-0 in 45 seconds.
I'd say of all the four, that's the one that hurts the most, because that's the one that says the Firstkiller. Yeah, the freebies might be gone now. At the very least, I'm going to trade some more with you, which was not the case in the opening 2 games.
This guy's
same
a
with
problem.
BeastMode. Diaz figured out the kickoffs in the second half of the series.
I mean, this guy he's a problem in 1v1. I think he's going to be a problem in every game mode. Oh, what a shot by Diaz! Top ends! Firstkiller with the best pass we've seen today. And Diaz slots it with the redirect.
Yeah, just imagine that for free. Somebody's passing it to Diaz, and he's going to slot that. It's going to be incredible.
He's got the team plays as well. I mean, he had a decent debut season in South America, didn't finish the best, but overall, I think anyone who knows what they're talking about can tell you that Diaz's playstyle is perfect for 3v3. And now that he's in NA with the rest of Complexity, he's going to be a problem. I think these guys could definitely make a LAN. Diaz could make a LAN next season, and it wouldn't surprise me. He really is that good, and his team around him are still at that level as well.
Oh, it's too heavy there from Firstkiller. Maybe turn that to a double tap, but just added too much angle at the same time. So Diaz now up. Might be putting this one to bed. Oh my goodness. Firstkiller really wants to go early, and Diaz is really aware of that fact.
He's just so good at adjusting. Look at how he pulls away from that air dribble. As soon as Firstkiller jumps, he switches into a fake, but he doesn't have to. That's not necessarily a premeditated one trick that he's going for here. He can do it if he wants to, but if he wants to air dribble to the backboard, he can do that as well. He can flip reset, he can dunk. That play contains all of those different options that you can just pull out on demand.
Firstkiller's so low on boost. He's still got a monster flicker of that.
What save though. Look at where Diaz landed here. He's all over him. The pressure got to Firstkiller. Diaz somehow landed outside of his net. Firstkiller knew it, and he rushed the turn and concedes again. Now we've got to say well done to Firstkiller for sticking in this and trying to somehow pull a comeback back against such an incredible player in their best ever form. But we might be just moments away from Diaz booking a grand final, spot against either Daniel or Evoh.
Yeah, Firstkiller up. I think that if this play goes completely against him, it will just be called.
Oh, what play!
Oh, there we go! Well, the Rocket League gods want to see more.
That's a great play by Firstkiller. Wrong side of the ball. Bumps Diaz into centering the ball. So Diaz had to just watch the ball go middle there after Firstkiller bumped him away. He's still really going for this, you know, even though it's a tough position to be in. He's way down and out of this, but mentally still fully locked in.
Yeah, I'll admit I'm biased at this point. I want Firstkiller to get one. Please, Firstkiller, get one. You deserve one.
He can get one, you know. This is definitely not
it's a lot
over.
better now.
5-goal deficit, now just 3 goals. This would be one of the biggest comebacks we've seen in Salt Mine ever. I'm not sure if we ever had a 6-goal comeback in a Salt Mine main event. We've probably had a 5-goal comeback. Oh, Diaz is just dirty though.
Yeah, he just ripped the soul out of Firstkiller with this one.
It's just brutal. I mean, Firstkiller trying to fly over Diaz there. Not in time. He couldn't get up and over him before Diaz landed. And now it's gotten a little bit harder again. 4 goals behind.
Oh, it's got worse.
I think Firstkiller should be okay here, but it's not ideal. Okay, now it is ideal. This is a great position. What can Firstkiller do with the air dribble? Ceiling reset. Can he get back to the ball? No, he can't. He has to play for the long game, though. He's still got half a chance. Not in time. Oh, he got the boost steal as it appeared. Diaz might not know that.
Diaz is working. He managed to pick up some small pads. So he will be perfectly fine with this position.
Oh, the demo is on there. I feel like Firstkiller could have just demoed him. He might get a goal anyway.
Through.
Yeah, he does. Okay, Firstkiller plays ball and gets the goal. This is reaching must-score territory with every attack, because Diaz, when he gets control of the ball, can easily get rid of 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's a center kickoff as well, which is not something that Firstkiller wanted. Needs those diagonals, needs something with some angle. Has still got possession, though. Goes ceiling, doesn't have to reset off that, so he's going to have to go low.
Yeah, it was a great touch by Firstkiller, but he couldn't get back to the ball in time. 8-4. Diaz punishes him, and Firstkiller does call GG's. It was a monumental effort to make it this close, but Firstkiller has no fight left in him. Diaz advances to the final. Good luck, says FK, and he will settle for top 4 for the 2nd year in a row.
Yeah, and I think that was a decent performance as well from FK. He could have stolen away a couple of those earlier games, and this might be a very, very different series. That game 2, I think, was the big one there. Just by the time that got away from him, and then Diaz seemed like he was fully in control.
Great
Diaz
fight,
just
though.
Gets better, doesn't he?
He does. I mean, Diaz is just too good. His level right now is ridiculous, and he has been the top player in the North American server for the off-season, but the longevity from Firstkiller is kind of ridiculous to think about.
It is.
Salt Mine 1, he won it. Salt Mine 2 for North America. He won Salt Mine 1 for North America. He won Salt Mine 2 for North America. And then Salt Mine 3 and 4, he's finished top 4 in both of them. Now, Salt Mine 1 was in 2019. So for the last 5 years, Firstkiller has been at the absolute pinnacle of North American 1v1.
And
that is
at
crazy.
the same time, he's not always focusing on this. There are long periods where he just goes, I'm leaving once for a little bit. I've got to focus on 3s. And then he comes back just during the off-season and just resumes that level.
Yeah. We also have to mention that Chronic came 2nd in Salt Mine 1. So he's had similar longevity. These guys have been so high level in 1v1 for the longest time. Just to give you guys an idea of who else was playing, who the rest of the top 8 1v1 players were in Salt Mine 1 5 years ago. We had Lethamyr, Lionblaze, Chicken, Forky, Mektos, and Kronovi. So
wow,
really, we're going back multiple generations of 1v1 when you hear those names, and they were great players at the time. But for Chronic and Firstkiller to still be at that level, you know, 1st and 2nd in NA back then 5 years ago, and now they're still top 6, top 4 in NA right now. Insane. Absolutely insane to see.